Hello everyone and welcome to this new League of Legends video. Today's video will be a guide on Kennen in the top lane. Alright guys, so first let's start off with the champion select. So for the summoner spells, you want to take Flash and Teleport. You can choose between Teleport and Ignite, but I find Teleport a lot more useful and a lot more better because you can do those cool TP plays and catch opponents off guard a lot of times and just help out of your team a lot more, and you can find it a lot more useful for yourself. And Ignite is quite useless if you lose your lane and then you wish you took Teleport, but of course if you're really confident that you can win your lane, Ignite may not be the worst option. Now for the masteries and runes, they will be on your screen right now. Alright guys, so now let's start off. After the champion select, you're going into your lane. So for the starting items, you want to choose between Doran's Blade and a potion, or between boots and 4 potions. Now, if you're new to Kennen, or in general if you're just starting to learn Kennen, you probably will want to take Doran's Blade because farming Kennen isn't the easiest thing in the world, especially if you get pushed under your tower pre-level 3. It can be a total mess, and so I recommend Doran's Blade and a potion. But if you're confident in yourself by using your spells, and if you know how to auto farm with your auto attacks, you can also take boots and 4 potions. Now for the build, you will want to start off with the Proto Belt because it synergizes with your kit so well. It's just so helpful. You can burst down squishes, you can catch opponents off guard, you can engage with your ultimate and your Proto Belt, you can catch a lot of people in your ultimate because your Proto Belt, it just synergizes so well with your kit, and you want to get it as fast as possible. Then following that is Sorcerer's Shoes, then Riley's Crystal Scepter, which is also really helpful with your kit. It just helps you get the 3rd mark on the enemy, so you can stun them a lot more easily, especially in team fights. You can ult their entire team, everyone gets stunned and frozen. It's just really helpful. Then go into Zhonya, and then you can, of course, after Zhonya you can go for anything that you need in the game. You can go either for Void Staff and Rabadon's Dead Cap, which is probably the way you can really go wrong, because with that much of AP and you're even kind of tankiness, you're just so annoying and so have insane damage, which is just awesome. Of course you can go for Abyssal Scepter or maybe even ZZ Rot, but the best build path is just Proto Belt, Sorcerer's Shoes, Riley's Crystal Scepter, Zhonya, Void Staff, and Rabadon's Dead Cap. Now that's been pretty much it for your build and your masteries and runes. Now going over to some laning tips. Now early last hitting with Kennen might take some time to get used to. It's not the easiest thing in the world, especially if you're just learning Kennen. Of course, if you're a master Kennen, you will probably have an easy time farming because you will have a lot of experience with your damage, and just game after game it's gonna get a lot more easier. Make sure to farm with your Q and use E to farm under your tower, because it's quite hard to farm under your tower, especially in the first few levels. And in pre-level 3, as I said, it's practically impossible to farm under your tower, except if you manage to get your Qs or your autos in a really good order. But when you get your E, you want to run through the caster minions, so you can just auto attack them and get a awesome gold. Now that's pretty much it for the farming tips. So in the lane, you want to play Kennen pretty passively and just focus on farming so you get that power spike and just start doing insane damage and get ready for those team fights where you truly shine. You can also burst down squishes, so make sure to play passively and focus on farming. Of course, if your lane opponent is quite low or if you're getting a gank, you can go for a kill, or if you take Ignite, you also have a good chance of getting a kill, especially if you have your ultimate up. But if you don't have your ult up, don't engage on anyone, except if you have a really good gank. Use your E to dodge abilities and also farm under your tower, and master your Q so you can poke your enemy opponent and trade with him in your favor, and also farm a lot more easily. And for the roaming, you want to use your E to get a movement speed and also engage on your enemy opponent which you're ganking. And also be aware that without your E you're quite vulnerable because you don't really have any escapes besides maybe Power Belt and Flash. But do not rely on Power Belt to escape because it doesn't get you that far away or over the walls. And now going over to some team fighting tips where Kennen shines so much. You can play around any comp, around a poke comp or all-in comp, because you have everything that you need. You have your Q for poke and your ultimate for all-in engage. In teamfights, when you ult the entire, you want to try to ult as much of the enemy team as possible, at least 4 people or maybe 3. But you want to flash Pearl Belt into the enemy team to catch as much people as possible, and then you wait a bit to use your W to stun all of them and do your AoE damage. You can either use your Pearl Belt to burst down a enemy fed carry, or you can use your ultimate and your kit around your own carry so you can protect him. And that has been pretty much it for Kennen Guide. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to comment down below on what you guys think, on what your thoughts are on Kennen top lane, if you play it, and of course if you found this video informational and educational enough or entertaining enough. Make sure to comment, like, share and subscribe. But thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.